some spots. Take for instance Brownsville, Texas. In the past 24 hours, they have had over 9 inches of rain. That not only sets a new record for the past 24 hours, but also the most rain they've had in the month of April. The record for that as well. We continue to see the rain, but most of it has pushed off the coast right now. However, we're not out of the woods here. As that upper level low continues to spin and also gives us a chance of some more rain. Still some rain lingering down into Florida, also into Georgia, and portions of the eastern seaboard as well. Campbell Maine still reporting some rain at this hour. Looking at a new system working its way into parts of the west, and give you a little different vantage point of that. We'll take a look. Here's that phone system as it makes its way into the western part of the country. We'll see with it some rain, significant amounts of snow throughout the Cascade Mountains, anywhere from 6 to 10 inches.
Things at all. Whether you're cutting your lawn or mulching a blanket of fall leaves, the revolutionary blade and deck design vacuums clippings up to be cut and recut into tiny nitrogen-rich particles. 100% natural free fertilizer that's recycled directly into your lawn. The results are remarkable. A beautiful, super healthy lawn with less time and less work than ever before. For full details on the revolutionary new Troy-Bilt mulching mower, call toll-free 1-800-327-3500. We'll send you a free Troy-Bilt mulching mower catalog by return first-class mail. So call 1-800-327-3500 now.
Shortly after the hour, Thomas will check on the boating and beaching conditions for today. On the northeast and the Great Lakes, winds may exceed 15 to 20 miles per hour. It's over most of the Great Lakes, moving around York Beach all the way to Ocean City, with plenty of sunshine here today, and warm temperatures over most of the Ohio Valley, the northern plains states, the Mississippi Valley. Moderate sunshine here, water temperatures in the 30s and 40s, so still kind of cool right off the coast of the northeast. A little bit warmer over the peninsula of Florida, where water temperatures are already in the mid-70s. Sunshine over Florida and Georgia, North Carolina, even South Carolina once all that fog burns off this morning. But the consistent or the persistent rain showers along the coast of Texas, special marine warnings have been issued along the central coast of Texas this morning, so marine interests, please be wary of that. Water temperatures in the upper 60s. Areas to the coastal winds may exceed 15 and 20 miles per hour, and much of the same off the southern peninsula of Florida. Now out west, with the approach of the frontal system slicing through central California, gusty winds, choppy waters here along the coast of California, and a little bit lighter goes the wind over the coast of Washington and Oregon. But even here, winds may exceed 15 miles per hour with limited sunshine, scattered showers, and snow showers over the northern Rockies. Plenty of sunshine though in southern California, all the way to the northern plains states. Let's look at the boating and beaching conditions. Now then. Torrential rain inundates Texas. Houston's International Airport received over 4 inches of rain since Thursday evening, while the Hobby Airport had close to 6. The worst weather, though, was from the coastal bend southward to the lower valley. Over 13 inches of rain swamped Brownsville, causing extensive flooding. Many streets and roads were impassable yesterday. Heavy rain also walloped Victoria, Texas. So far, Victoria reported nearly 10 inches of rain, sending the Guadalupe River out of its banks. The Lone Star State is still not out of the woods. There's a chance for more showers and scattered storms again today. Friday was a soggy day not only in Texas, but also in the Pacific Northwest. The rain gauge at Spokane recorded a half an inch of water. While rain fell on the lowlands, the mountains saw hefty snow. Mountain Rainier was buried under no less than 5 feet of snow in the last 3 days. I'm Cheryl Lemke, the Weather Channel.
Now, your local forecast, accurate and dependable from the Weather Channel. Watching the Weather Channel for accurate forecasts at your convenience. Weather you can always turn to.
If you or someone you know suffers from hearing loss, here's important news for you. News of Miracle Ear's smallest hearing aid ever, the Signature Micro Elite. The Micro Elite is so tiny it's barely visible, and it's helping people everywhere hear better again, even people who've been told they have nerve deafness.
I've never been so excited about a hearing aid as I am about the Miracle Ear Micro Elite. I'm so proud of it, I'm putting my signature on each one.
Just call this toll-free number today. You'll receive this free informational booklet. It explains nerve deafness, its symptoms, and how a custom-made Miracle Ear may help you hear better again.
See, it's smaller than my little finger. People won't know you're wearing it, and it delivers a sharp, clear sound.
For a free informational booklet, call this toll-free number today and find out why good news from Miracle Ear means great news for you.
If you're about to travel, watch the 5-Day Business Planner here on the Weather Channel at 20 minutes after every hour. You get a comprehensive national report that covers the forecast over the next 5 days. Watch the 5-Day Business Planner coming up soon on the Weather Channel. Now, your local forecast, accurate and dependable from the Weather Channel. The bug and the flu-type illnesses are getting better, so that's the good news. Stay with us. Again, the next 5 days on the way. Now, your local forecast, accurate and dependable from the Weather Channel. The bug and the flu-type.
And a good Saturday morning to you. Thanks for joining us on the Weather Channel. 20 after the hour, it's time we'll check on the 5-Day Business Planner. Beginning with midday today, see the green on the map here. The rain will continue in east and southern Texas. We've already seen heavy amounts of rain. Over 13 inches around Brownsville, Texas. Right now, some of that moisture is creeping to the north and to the east. Shreveport, Louisiana, reporting some light rain. But I think it will be an all-day event as this upper-level low-pressure system will just lollygag and linger over the southeastern portions of Texas. Otherwise, we'll find more yesterday over the Plains States and the Ohio Valley, all the way to the Mid-Atlantic, actually, with a broad clockwise flow around this high-pressure system. Southerly winds extending all the way to Nebraska and Kansas again today. Now, on the other side of the front, winter weather advisories have been issued for the Cascades of Washington and Oregon, so the heat does not push as far north as the Pacific Northwest, with colder temperatures here, and, of course, the freezing levels lowering over the Cascades of Washington and Oregon. Take a look at the highs today, 80s and even 90s, right smack in the middle over parts of Nebraska and northern Kansas. A little cool in the Pacific Northwest behind the system, 30s and 40s for afternoon highs. But look at the 80s over the southern Ohio Valley, more 80s over Georgia and Florida today. Only cooling to some 50 and 60 degrees tonight. Much colder though over the northern Rockies, with morning lows in the 30s and 20s. Afternoon highs again, coldest in the Pacific Northwest, but very, very mild over the Ohio Valley and the Northeast. As by Wednesday afternoon or Monday afternoon, we'll find afternoon highs in the 70s at the parts of New York and Pennsylvania. But look how far north the 80s go. I'll tell you, it's going to be warm as we go through tomorrow and Monday afternoon over a good part of the east. Now, by the time Tuesday rolls around, we'll begin to see a slight cooling trend, especially over the northern plains states and the Ohio Valley, even the Tennessee Valley, with highs only in the 60s after seeing highs well into the 80s the day before. So the trend is for herd weather scene, beginning with the satellite picture. We'll show you the clouds, get a bird's eye view of what's going on. Notice the clouds will stack across the northern plains states, stretching back to the northern portions of California. Have a frontal system draped right in here behind that front. Basically, the change in seasons. Feels like winter behind the front, but ahead of it, summer-like temperatures. It's basically a heat wave, what we saw yesterday, with record highs all over the place over the Rockies and the northern plains states. And we think it will be much like yesterday today, with the abnormally warm temperatures, some 20 and 30 degrees above normal over the northern plains states. Notice a few clouds pushing off the Mid-Atlantic coast after seeing heavy rain yesterday along the coast of Carolina, especially in South Carolina around Charleston. And we saw on and off rain showers and thunderstorms across Florida yesterday as well. But the clouds still lingering along the coast of Texas, where we have seen some pretty decent amounts of rainfall. Flooding has been a problem along the southeastern portions of Texas, with as much as 13 inches of rain around Brownsville, Texas. Now this morning, the bulk of the activity or the thunderstorms, the heavier rain, is right off the coast. Though just last hour, we had reports of a thunderstorm crossing through Corpus Christi, all moving to the north and the east. There's more on the way as we go through the day today, though, and we've seen heavy amounts so far. Here's a look at some of those rainfall totals. As a matter of fact, the heaviest amount right in here, as much as 9 inches. There's in Brownsville, Texas, 9 inches there. And we've seen over 13 inches actually extending past this time period. 9 inches around Victoria, Texas, ending at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. Even Houston, over 4 inches at the Intercontinental Airport. So we've seen heavy rain with the upper level low pressure system sitting over the eastern and southern portions of Texas, and also with the moisture feed from the Gulf of Mexico as the circulation continues around this winter high pressure. Now, it is that same circulation that brought the record highs yesterday, preceding the frontal system crossing over the northern Rockies, and we had record highs galore, including Grand Island, Nebraska. They topped out at some 89 degrees. Sioux Falls, South Dakota was 87. Pueblo was 83. That's in Colorado. Even Des Moines, Iowa was 84 degrees yesterday. Very, very warm in the nation's midsection, and it will be warm once again today with that same clockwise flow around this winter high pressure. Afternoon highs well into the 80s and 90s in central Nebraska and even over parts of Kansas. A little cooler though behind the frontal system with winter weather advisories issued for the Cascades of Washington and Oregon. Let's check on the forecast. The trough here being indicated by the jet stream, but otherwise big winter high pressure over the east from the Ohio Valley to the Mississippi Valley. This trough gets a little deeper as it moves east and spread the moisture into the plain states, and eventually the whole system will work off the Mid-Atlantic seaboard. We'll have to go through the next couple of days before it does that with more record heat in the nation's midsection. Well, here's the front, and we will watch near the upper level low with the rain showers stretching once again in the eastern portions of Texas, and eventually into Louisiana and the western portions of Mississippi. And as this frontal system gets closer, it will attract more moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. Might find some isolated rain showers breaking out into Missouri, maybe even over parts of Alabama and northern Georgia tomorrow. But behind this frontal system, drastically cooler, freezing levels lowering, and heavy amounts of snow forecast for the Cascades of Washington and Oregon. Along the coast, though, anticipate about 1/2 of an inch to an inch. Heavier amounts once again for Texas, where we definitely do not need additional rain. Of course, in higher elevations, you'll find the snow. 3 to 6 inches are possible, and additional snow over the Bitterroots of Montana and Idaho. Another look at the highs today, very, very warm over the east, especially in the nation's midsection, but temperatures again will be some 20 and 30 degrees above normal. Only cooling tonight to 50s and 60s over a good part of the east. Tell you what, we'll extend the outlook for the rest of your weekend. This weekend's outlook is sponsored by True Value. Got a tough job to do? You can do it with True Value hardware stores. I'll look at the highs today, and even tomorrow, very, very warm, with more 80s stretching over the east to the Ohio Valley all the way to the Mid-Atlantic coast. We'll begin to see a subtle cool down over the northern plains states, and eventually the cooler air will seep right into the Ohio Valley and Tennessee Valley, certainly by Wednesday afternoon. Here's the storm system. As it pulls to the east, it will attract again more moisture with the possibility of strong storms over southern Minnesota and northern portions of Nebraska. Eventually, a good stretch of strong storms, possibly atmospheric conditions favorable here as the colder air clashes with the warmer air already in place. We'll keep our eyes on this whole sector of the country come Monday afternoon for the best chance of strong storms and severe weather. Let's look at the rest of the weekend. Stay with us. We'll detail 18 big cities and your forecast for today next. You can do it with True Value. Like most plans. sunshine today. However, on and off rain showers are possible, especially in the afternoon. Thunderstorms are possible. A summer-like pattern prevailing over the sunshine state today with a ridge of high pressure that's centered over the state of Georgia. So anticipate the on and off possibility of thunderstorms. At least you'll find plenty of sunshine. Water temperatures in the 70s for the most part across the southern peninsula. About 76 off of Miami Beach, a little bit warmer over Key West, but cooler, of course, as you head farther north around Fort Walton. Water temperatures in the upper 60s. Surface temperatures, well, in the 80s. Around Panama City and Clearwater, 80s from the Panhandle all the way to the southern peninsula. Fort Myers saw rain yesterday. An afternoon high today of about 87 degrees and about 82 for Miami. That's to look at for that forecast. The forecast for your favorite state comes up next. And yeah, more rain in southeast Texas. Upper level low still just lingering throughout the area. Some of that light rain may push as far east as Louisiana and Mississippi. However, we don't think the rain showers here will be as concentrated and persistent. There is a chance of on and off light rain showers maybe right along the Gulf Coast into Florida once again today. Now, ahead of the front, it seems like summertime, especially with those abnormally warm temperatures in the central and northern plain states. But behind the front, looks like winter. Freezing, levels lowering to some 2,000 feet in the Cascades of Washington and Oregon. Winter weather advisories have been issued for both of those mountain ranges. So, feels like winter here, but definitely summertime. That's what it feels like a very simple section. Here's early tomorrow morning, and notice as the front approaches a little bit farther to the east, or moves a little bit farther east, might attract some more moisture, and a chance of light rain showers as far north as southern Missouri. But again, as we go through the next 12 hours or so, we'll concentrate the heaviest amounts of rain right along the coast of Texas, the Big Bend area, where we don't need additional rain, of course, but more on the way. We've already seen heavy amounts. I'm talking over 10 inches over parts of southeast Texas. Lighter amounts of rain in the Pacific Northwest, but even here we've seen significant rainfall totals. And in the high elevations, we'll find the snow, 3 to 6 inches possibly, for the Cascades of Washington and Oregon. Lighter amounts for the Big Roots of Montana and Idaho. Take a look at the highs today. Pick out your favorite city. It's hot, I'll tell you, over parts of Nebraska and Kansas, where 90s are expected today. Things will only cool to some 50 and 60 degrees over the Ohio Valley and the southeast. That's a look at the forecast over the next 24 hours. Stay with us. We'll take a traffic next.
Now, your local food buzz and the food cycle national report covers the forecast over the next 5 days. Watch the 5-day business plan coming up soon on the Weather Channel. Now, your local forecast, accurate and dependable from the Weather Channel. This is national.
If you can hammer a nail, you can build a great deck like this one. If you can wire a lamp, you can install track lighting like this. I'm Bob Vila. To do great projects like these, all you need is the Home Repair and Improvement Series from Time Life Books. Every volume has all the clear-cut instructions you need to take on home improvement jobs with confidence. We'll see mixture of clouds and sunshine today for the eastern Great Lakes and back over towards New England. Some more bright sunshine from the Mid-Atlantic and back through the Ohio Valley. Lots of sunshine too, brimming through across the Tennessee Valley, the Carolinas, Georgia, and Florida. But sunshine's going to get scarce commodity today back in Texas and Louisiana. Still will be a high risk of seeing some showers and some strong thunderstorms. So watch out for some nasty boating weather today along the Texas shoreline. The other winds could be rather strong and the water's choppy. But some light and gentle breezes right there around Panama City. And some light winds too around Myrtle Beach and back over towards Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Got some rough boating weather along the California shoreline from Crescent City and southward down towards Morro Bay. Elsewhere though, not too bad. And we're calling for lots of sunshine too for the Central Plains and all the way down towards San Diego and Los Angeles. Yesterday turned out to be a very rough day with lots of flooding problems down across Texas. Stay tuned, we'll show you some video of the flooding coming up next. Couple of days, and still we have some showers and thunderstorms plaguing the state. Stay tuned, coming up in just a few short minutes. We'll check out the latest radar updates from Texas. And good morning, let's check out the weather scene for today and the next few days as well. Well, a system that did bring some scattered light rains across the northeast and Mid-Atlantic yesterday has worked its way out of the picture. High pressure now has reestablished itself over across the east. Well, that's a pretty nice band folding for most of the area. Calling for partly to mostly sunny skies across the northeastern corner of the country, down through the Ohio Valley and likewise over towards the Carolinas. Unfortunately, Texas will once again be under the gun. A very strong upper level low that has been rather slow to move out. Will eventually kind of kick out whole Mexico, and as it does, we'll see more showers and thunderstorms redeveloping in Texas, exactly where they don't need any more rain. Brownsville inundated by over 13 inches of rainfall yesterday. Victoria, Texas had some whopping rainfall amounts too, 9 to 10 inches of rainfall around the area, and more rain yet to come for today. Northwest has also been on the unsettled side. A front will pull across the Great Basin for today, behind some cool, moist, unstable air. A chance of more scattered showers and some snow into the Cascades, the Sierras, and the northern Sierra Nevada. Early Sunday, still a little bit on the damp side across the Great Basin in the northwest, and we eventually see the showers tapering off somewhat in Texas, and that is certainly some good news. A very warm day today from the southeast out across the plain states. In fact, downright hot and toasty from Nebraska and Kansas, with temperatures soaring into the 90s. Tonight, though, will be chilly throughout the west, but fairly mild throughout the eastern half of the country. Over the next several days, we'll still see a lot of warmth and a lot of heat out there, but eventually some of that warmth will be eroding. Our front across the west will eventually start to slip off towards the east, and as it does, it will start to usher in some cooler temperatures. Look at that. Back to reality on Tuesday and Wednesday. No more of those 80s and 90s. Cooling down quite a bit for the plains and the Mississippi Valley by the middle of the week. Now, by tomorrow, it's still a lingering threat for some scattered showers or thunderstorms across eastern Texas, but again, the heavy rains will finally be abating down here in Texas. Our system will also get a little bit better organized. As it marches eastward, it's going to eventually tap into more moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and that could spell some trouble. Maybe some very strong thunderstorms firing up. Those will slip from the Mississippi Valley and eventually move into the Ohio Valley by Tuesday. And on Wednesday, some lingering showers up and down the eastern seaboard. A clear patch for the Mississippi Valley, but still a little bit wet from Seattle and Queens, and southward down towards Brookings, Oregon. Now let's check out some forecasts closer to you. Emissions in Texas coming up in a few moments. This is National News. And good morning, I'm Cheryl Lemke with this edition of Tri-State Weather. After some cloudy skies and some light rain yesterday, we've got a beautiful weekend shaping up for the Northeast. In fact, if you have some outdoor activities planned, like a picnic, maybe a golf game, or a tennis match, you're right ahead with that, as it will be a super weekend for all outdoor plans. Let's take a look now at the almanac, first of all, and pressure is rising. Now, even though we may have some clear skies for Central Park, in other cases we have some thick fog out there. Mount Isa visibilities have been down to close to zero this morning. Patchy dense fog is the story clear skies aloft and some relatively light winds. So that's the perfect setup for some ground fog. And again, even though the fog may be rather patchy in nature, it is thick when we do see the fog. Again, around Islip, even back over towards around Peterborough and Millville, New Jersey, we have some fog out there this morning. Now note the thermal boundary way to our north. This front will slowly start to sag towards the south, and that front will help to usher in some cooler air today, particularly over upstate New York and back over towards Maine. As it does, it may be kind of a clash of two different air masses. We may see some isolated strong thunderstorms firing up to the north of our viewing area. For us, though, it looks like a great day. Even by tomorrow looks pretty good out there. Again, as our front starts to sag a little bit farther towards the south, we may see some scattered showers of thunderstorms to our north. But for us, a super day to be out and about. We'll look at that forecast calling for partly to mostly sunny skies, and notice how the record high was 79 degrees for the state. Well, we'll come very close to that. A strong southwesterly airflow today will pump up a lot of warm air, and those highs today will typically be in the 70s across the region. Now tonight, still very mild, 40s and 50s. Temperatures for those highs have been averaging about 20 degrees warmer than usual, and more warm weather will be on tap for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Even on Wednesday, still pretty warm out there.
Convenient. 24 hours a day.
And good morning. It's time now for I'm looking at your satellite review. Well, we have had some rather stormy conditions, needless to say, down in Texas. They have been inundated by some very heavy rains both yesterday and this morning, too, looking at some pretty soaking rains here and there. There's an upper-level low-pressure disturbance that's poised over Old Mexico at this time. It's more or less sitting there and spinning its wheel. And with that low very slow to move out, it has resulted in some copious inundating rains across Texas. Brownsville lost by over 13 inches of rainfall yesterday. Pretty much the same story we had northward along the coast. Victoria had 9 to 10 inches of rain. Houston, too, was swamped by lots of rain. Around the Hobby Airport, close to 6 inches of rainfall there. A chance for more of these showers and thunderstorms to redevelop as the day unfolds. Clearing skies, though, we head northward across the Mississippi Valley, across Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. But across the northwest, we're watching funnel systems pulling further and further onshore. It's spreading some cloudy skies, some rain, and some snowfall at this time. International radar scan, we're picking up some moisture across the northwest. Some light rain across the Saginaw Bay, and again the showers down towards Florida, and likewise for Texas. We've got a couple local radar stops to take you on. First of all, heading towards the west. Now the weekend is getting off to a damp start with some rain along the Columbia River Gorge. It's raining right now around Astoria, and some scattered showers southward down towards northern California. These are generally pulling off towards the east-northeast. Another radar view, though, heading a little bit farther towards the south, and this is where the most active weather has been and will continue to be over the weekend. Showers and some embedded heavier thunderstorms are flaring up already this morning. Most likely, right, especially right around the Palacios, Victoria area. That's where some of the heaviest rains have been so far this morning. But keep in mind, all along the coast, they'll be under the gun today as these thunderstorms could redevelop, and again, they have that potential to dump heavier rain, and these are pulling off towards the northeast at 15 to 20 miles per hour. Let's go back now to the current weather map, and we'll first of all head towards the east. In the wake of yesterday's light rain, the ground is very moist, but then we have clear skies aloft and light winds, and that's the perfect setup for some fog. And it is foggy out there, rather patchy in nature, but when you do see the fog, it is very, very dense. Around Islip and Block Island, Rhode Island, visibility having close to zero this morning. More fog around Washington, D.C., and the fog stretching southward around Hickory and Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where there, too, you're reporting a big goose egg this morning, down to zero. Fog along the Savannah River Valley over towards Atlanta, even some fog, too, for the Florida Panhandle. Then we pick up a few renegade showers in Florida, with the rain around West Palm Beach and Fort Lauderdale, with heavier showers and storms along the Texas shoreline this morning. Not too bad for the nation's heartland, clear skies there, and as we will continue to see some southwesterly winds blowing in across the region, expect more warmth today, possibly more record highs in jeopardy. Farther towards the west, we see the rain along the coast, where it has been raining around Bellingham and Curlew, and likewise around Tacoma, Washington, some snow around Klamath Falls, Oregon, and we've had some wet weather too around Butte, Montana, where there's been some light snow at this time. But again, one of the biggest stories has been the record warmth. Record highs fell by the wayside yesterday from Maine back over to Montana, about 50 record highs in all. And along with that, not only has it been just a little bit warm, it has been extremely warm. Temperatures averaging way above normal for this time of the year, especially the upper Midwest, averaging some 30 degrees warmer than usual for early April. And still this morning, temperatures are fairly mild out there, as you can see lots of 50s, 60s, and 70s out across the plain states. Well, let's check out the forecast now for the next few days, and we'll first of all look to the jet stream, and you can see that still much of the country will be basking under some warm temperatures. This Saturday's flow generally a zone flow from the west to the east, still inside the jet stream riding kind of far up to the north, and that's allowing the really cold air to stay up into Canada, and much of the lower 48, again enjoying some pretty nice conditions for the next few days. Here's today's outlook now, as we see more showers and some thunderstorms too down towards Texas, and again, that's the last place that needs any more rain. The northwest, well, you'll still see some wet weather today as well. There's a cold pool of air that's going to be moving onshore today, and that cold air will be quite unstable, so don't be surprised to even see some strong thunderstorms later today along the coast of Washington and Oregon. Snow, though, developing up in the mountains, and the snow level's fairly low, down to about 2,500 feet or so. More showers and storms plaguing Texas, and eventually pulling northward, working their way across Arkansas by early tomorrow morning. The rain could be rather heavy today west of the Cascades, but especially heavy soaking rains will plague Texas, maybe upwards of 4 inches of additional rainfall. The mountains of the northwest will pick up some snow. Heaviest snow today along the Washington Cascades, maybe 6 to 12 inches along the higher peaks. Temperatures very warm and toasty, especially for the central plain states, so don't be surprised to see some record highs again this afternoon. Staying fairly warm too for the next few days, although by Monday we start to see a cooling trend. Those 70s and 80s for the upper Midwest will eventually give way to some cooler 40s and 50s. So brace yourself, it's back to reality by early next week. Still some showers and storms dotting the Gulf Coast for tomorrow. Our system in the west will continue to get better organized. As it flips eastward, well, we could see some messy weather by early next week. Especially by that time, the Gulf of Mexico will be open for business. Moisture will be flowing northward, and that moisture will help to fuel and fan those showers and thunderstorms. So watch out for some threatening weather Monday, possibly from Chicago and southward down towards Dallas. Until that time, though, if you're doing some traveling for today, stay tuned. We'll check out the forecast for a few big cities after this. 3 minutes before the top of the hour, look at the tri-state conditions, beginning with the almanac for the 6th day of April. About 57 for an average afternoon high, 41 for an average morning low. At records, though, in 1947, that's when the mercury rose some 20 degrees above normal. And we'll only be reaching that record high today, possibly. Temperatures certainly climbing well above normal for afternoon highs. In 1982, at a record low of 21, we've seen no precipitation so far with report 52 in White Plains and about 49 at Islip. We had some patchy areas of fog, nothing highly or widely concentrated, but once that patchy fog burns off, it should be a pretty nice day. A chance of a backdoor cold front passing through. We don't think it will push through the New York City area, but to the north there's a chance of rain showers and maybe some isolated thunderstorms as this system moves a little farther south. Right now, though, we just have to deal with the patchy areas of fog, so bear that in mind. Even some light rain we saw earlier around Watertown, New York. Here's early tomorrow morning, there is some backdoor cold front. I don't think it will be through the Tri-City area. However, there is a chance of isolated rain showers to the north and maybe a thunderstorm or two in there. So we'll watch the clouds increasing. The afternoon high still well above normal today and tomorrow. About 57 around Midtown, 56 for Clifton, 55 at Edison. 76 for Long Branch, 75 for Washington, about 73 at Sussex, about 73 for an afternoon high today at Westport. So certainly we'll be approaching record high status. Morning lows only in the mid-50s tonight. 56 at Midtown, about 55 around Long Branch. The same for Edison with morning lows only 53 in Washington. So it's the extended forecast. Partly cloudy conditions today and tomorrow. Look at the warm temperature, 79 to 81 degrees. And about 81 on Tuesday. However, Wednesday will become drastically cooler. An afternoon high of only 70 as the clouds will increase and a chance of morning showers as the system approaches from the west. So get ready for about 4 consecutive days of heat. Abnormally warm temperature. Get ready. Stay with us. We'll check on the forecast for the entire nation next.
You're watching the Weather Channel. Weather you can always turn to.
After the hour, time for the New England Ski forecast is sponsored by Miller Lite. When it's Miller Lite, less filling really tastes good. Let's check on New England Ski Resort reports. Well, Sunday River in Maine, here reporting corn snow with about 70 inches on the upper slopes, 26 inches at the base. We've seen no new snow there the last 24 hours. The same for Mount Snow, Vermont, and Smuggler's Knot. No new snow at Killington, Vermont. They're reporting loose granular conditions with 50 inches on the upper slopes, but spring conditions are what you'll find at Sugarbush, Vermont, with about 54 inches on the upper slopes and no new snow. Guess what? The forecast, cold backdoor cold front passing through over the next 24 hours, and that may fun rain and a thunder shower or two, but no snow, none measurable. Just get ready for dodging those thunderstorms as the backdoor cold front passes through. Let's go look at the New England ski report. Here's a look at other ski resort reports.
If you're looking for a hotel that is made for you, welcome to Embassy Suite Hotel. Turn to. Now Boland's brings you a completely new soon on the Weather Channel. Now, your local forecast, accurate and dependable from the Weather Channel.
It's Saturday morning, and thanks for joining us on the Weather Channel about 21 after the hour. As Jim promised, we'll take a look at 5 days of the planner, beginning with midday today. Notice the moisture continues along the coast of Texas, even increases in aerial coverage over Texas, pushing into Louisiana, showers all along the Gulf of Mexico. Might even find more on and off rain showers and thunderstorms over the peninsula of Florida. Record heat once again today in the nation's midsection all the way to the Ohio Valley, but on the other side of this frontal system, it'll feel like winter, with winter weather advisories for Cascades of Washington and Oregon. Much colder afternoon highs only in the 30s and 40s over the Pacific Northwest today, but ahead of it we're talking 80s and 90s for parts of Nebraska and Kansas, as been indicated here. So very warm, abnormally warm temperatures, some 20 and 30 degrees above normal over the northern and central plain states, but again, cooler in the Pacific Northwest. Notice the 70s pushing all the way to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and over most of New Jersey today. Only cooling to the 50s and 60s tonight, and once again tomorrow we'll find a very, very warm temperature over the Ohio Valley and the Northeast, and of course over the Southeast with widespread 80s. However, by the time Tuesday rolls around, we'll replace those 80s with 70s as the cooler air moves a little farther south and east by Wednesday. Notice the warm temperatures continue on the southwest with highs in the 80s and even some 90s in southwest Arizona. As the storm system pulls out of the northern Rockies, we'll produce some light snow from the Bitterroots of Montana and Idaho all the way to the Wild Pass of Utah. Then as that colder air clashes with the warmer air ahead of it, some big battle zones, chance of strong storms from the upper Mississippi Valley all the way to maybe around Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas. It all advances east on Tuesday, scattering the showers and thunderstorms right in here, and then by Wednesday we'll watch it continue to move to the east, still lingering behind a chance of showers and rain right along the coast of the eastern seaboard, and there is clearing conditions behind it as the ridge of high pressure builds with cooler air, and another system approaching the Pacific Northwest with light rain showers. So a very busy first part of the week, and we'll continue to watch the storm system very closely for you. That's what the 5-day business planner, the national scene. Now check on your local conditions.
Secondly, try to stay with us. Some interesting weather coming up this weekend, folks. We could have an absolutely beautiful day today and tomorrow. But tomorrow makes for a tricky forecast. We'll talk a little bit about that. You can always turn to for accurate weather forecasts at your convenience, 24 hours a day.
I'm about to turn to the Weather Channel this early Saturday morning, about 30 minutes after the hour. We'll check on the current weather scene. Beginning with the satellite picture, we'll show you the clouds and how they progressed over the last 12 hours or so. Notice improving conditions along the Mid-Atlantic over the Carolinas, where we saw some pretty decent amounts of rain yesterday around Charleston, South Carolina. On and off rain showers and thunderstorms yesterday over the peninsula of Florida. Think that will continue today as an upper-level low-pressure system continues to linger off the southern coast of Texas. Now, this storm system, upper-level storm system, has produced quite a bit of rain on the coast of Texas. Major flooding problems here, as much as 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 inches of rain over parts of southeast Texas. We'll take a look at some rainfall totals in a couple of minutes. Out west, the clouds are thickening up across Montana all the way to northern California. Have a little frontal system draped here with isolated rain showers and snow showers in the higher elevations. We'll talk more about this in a couple of minutes. Right now, though, let's narrow the beam of light as we zoom to the coast of Texas, where we're still finding some thunderstorms just off the coast, crossing through Victoria. Brownsville, Texas, still reporting thunderstorms right now, and they've seen heavy amounts of rain so far. We'll show you some of those rainfall totals as we go back to the surface, as we go back to the maps anyway. Heavier amounts of rain here, but Brownsville certainly had their share of rain, over 9 inches in the last 24 hours. This is ending at 7 a.m. Now, we've seen heavy amounts of rain about 100 miles southeast of Houston, where major flooding has been a problem. The Guadalupe River is still out of its banks. 10 inches of rain has been measured around Victoria, Texas. So there's more rain on the way as we go through the day today, with that upper level low pressure system just lingering over Texas and Louisiana. We don't think we'll see an additional 5 or 6 inches, but 4 inches of additional rain possible. You know what that means. More flooding is definitely a problem along the southeastern coast of Texas. Now, this ridge of high pressure is still poised over northern Georgia. The clockwise broad flow of this high pressure system means southerly winds, and we saw several record highs yesterday. A slew of them, over 50 actually. Some specific afternoon highs record yesterday around Grand Island, Nebraska, 89 degrees. Even Pueblo, Colorado, topped out at 83. Some bigger cities like Des Moines, Iowa, with 84 degrees. Even Rochester, Minnesota, with 83. There's a possibility of more record highs today as this ridge of high pressure is still poised off the northern portions of Georgia. Now, behind this frontal system, slightly cooler temperatures this morning, only in the low 40s and 30s. But notice the 50s and 60s widespread from the northern plains states all the way to the mid-Atlantic. It's 58 degrees in Atlanta, Georgia, but it's 53 in Rapid City, South Dakota. So it's warm, not everywhere below 48, with highs well into the 80s and 90s again today in the central plains states. But still cool in the Pacific Northwest. It still feels like winter, with winter weather advisories for the Cascades of Washington and Oregon. 3 to 6 inches of additional snow in the forecast here. And of course, along the coast, we'll find the rain. And with that low pressure system just cut off all by itself in the southern portions of Texas, locally 4 inches of rain possible there. I'll tell you what, we'll check on the forecast as we take you through midday today. And there's the jet stream carving out that trough of low pressure in the Pacific Northwest, still a big ridge of high pressure over the east and the Ohio Valley. We'll watch this trough getting a little bit deeper as the system moves to the east. It will spread more snow for the mountains out west and inclement weather over the Mississippi Valley as we go through time. Let's go back to the maps and we'll show you later this afternoon. There you see the front trying to advance south and east. It does still crossing over Southern California. We do not anticipate any rain with the southern end of the front, but rain and snow over the northern Rockies. And there you see the showers will just begin to move a little farther north as we go through time with that frontal system passing through and that cutoff low beginning to diminish a bit. We'll take a look ahead now and check on the forecast. This look ahead is sponsored by True Value. Got a tough job to do? You can do it with True Value hardware stores. Here's one of the highs today, very warm again, and even tomorrow still warm over the Ohio Valley and the Mid-Atlantic right on through Monday. But notice the slightly cooler air, especially over the northern plains states. Highs only in the 50s and 60s after seeing 70s, 80s, and 90s today and yesterday. Here's the storm system out west, and as it advances east, may spur a strong storm or two across the southern portions of Minnesota. And then once it reaches the Mississippi Valley, we'll get more moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. So strong storms are possible here, and then it'll all move east by the time Wednesday rolls around and leave along the coast a chance of strong storms. But Monday, the best chance of severe weather is right in here as the colder air clashes with the very warm air. We'll keep you posted on the storm system as it moves east. That's a look at the forecast for the rest of your weekend. Stay with us, 18 degrees, and our forecast for today next.
Now, your local forecast, accurate and dependable from the Weather Channel.
Got a look at the current surface analysis. Can't really see much here because it's an upper level feature. This is the surface analysis. So out west, we'll watch as Vivian puts the maps in motion to see what storm system takes shape and eventually pulls out that Texas low. Vivian. And as you know, the results of that upper level system at the surface will be the rain. So additional rain and increased aerial coverage over Texas and Louisiana as the low just continues to lollygag and linger off the southern coast of Texas. So we'll just have to continue to watch additional rain here. That means more flooding, a major problem on the coast of Texas. If you have travel plans here today, then you might want to bear that in mind because flooding is a major problem here in Houston and Victoria as we go through the day today. Behind the storm system now drastically cooler. It feels like winter with the winter weather advisories for the Cascades of Washington and Oregon. Freezing levels beginning to lower as much as 3 to 6 inches of additional snow possible here. We notice the front is just a little farther east as we go through early tomorrow morning. So cooling over parts of Colorado and Wyoming as well, but still very, very warm out ahead of that front with the southerly flow, the clockwise flow on that ridge of high pressure. We'll continue to watch the flooding situation over Texas for you. Stay with us. Flooding is a major problem. Look at highways and byways. We'll check out what other traveling problems we have for this morning next. Just a moment, but right now the almanac and 70 miles per hour, and the pressure is rising. For the most part, we're featuring some sunshine out there, but if you hold out, there's still seeing some low-level clouds and some fog. The fog has been rather thick so far this morning around Islip, but it's going to slowly burn off as the sunshine starts to brim on through. Temperature's fairly mild for this time of the year, as you can see, already well into the 50s and the upper 40s. 49 degrees right now for Bridgeport. We check in with 51 degrees though for Islip, also about 51 degrees for JFK, 52 for Peterborough, and Newark looking pretty this morning at 53 degrees and some fair skies. The main batch of cloud cover has worked its way off the coast, because I was mentioning still some patchy low-level clouds and some fog here and there, and the reason being is that yesterday we had some light rain, some of the ground is still fairly moist and saturated, with that moist ground, some clear skies aloft, and some light winds, where you combine all those weather ingredients together, and that spells some foggy conditions. And indeed, we have some fog out there. It is rather patchy in nature, but where you do see the fog is really quite thick in some places. Now today there is a front poised to our north. That system will slowly start to sag southward, and it could touch off some stray showers or a few thunderstorms out there across upstate New York and back over towards Vermont and New Hampshire, and more or less the same story possible on Sunday. But for us, all the rain should be way to our north, and we're calling for a very nice weekend, especially when you consider a strong southwesterly airflow that will continue across our region, and that means some unusually warm temperatures for us. In fact, as I was just mentioning, the record high for this date is 79, and we're going to come very close to that this afternoon, with highs soaring in the mid to upper 70s. Tonight still staying very warm, overnight lows for the most part in the 50s, and look at that, spring has sprung. In most respects, it also feels like summer, as we see some 80s now building across the picture on Monday and Tuesday, cooling down a little bit by Wednesday, and also a chance for a few stray showers early Wednesday, but overall, most of this upcoming work week looking great.
You're watching the weather.
Nice mild weather out there. You may seriously think about going down to the beach to maybe do some sunbathing today or boating. We've got some great weather on tap throughout most of the country. Winds should be fairly light today up around the Great Lakes and the Northeast, for the most part averaging about 15 to 25 miles per hour. A mixture of clouds and sunshine for New England, but most of the Ohio Valley and over towards the Mid-Atlantic, you'll be enjoying lots of sunshine today, and more sunshine too on tap for the Carolinas, southeastern Georgia, and Florida. Sunshine will be a scarce commodity in Texas and Louisiana, where you'll be plagued by more showers and thunderstorms today, and some of those thunderstorms could be packing some very strong winds. Speaking of strong winds and choppy waters off the California shoreline from Crescent City and southward down towards Morro Bay. But there will be lots of sunshine from Los Angeles and San Diego and back over towards the nation's heartland. Well, we've got some great boating weather out there, but maybe boating is not your cup of tea. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we'll check out your skiers forecast.
Herbicide versus the bugs.
Cool. Now, even though we have had some mild weather out there, we still have some great skiing conditions out across the Northeast. We have no new snow at this time to report for Sunday River, Mount Snow, or for Smuggler's Knot, but still the upper trail is reporting lots of snowfall out there and some loose granular conditions for Mount Snow. Elsewhere, some spring conditions for Sugar Bush, also looking pretty good too around Waterville Valley in New Hampshire. Now, today's forecast will feature a front slowly stacking down towards the south, and that front may touch off a few stray showers or some thunderstorms today. Much of the Northeast, though, should be enjoying at least partly sunny skies, and although we're not calling for any new snowfall out there, as I was mentioning, we saw some great spring skiing conditions. Many of the upper trails from Maine southward down towards Vermont and New Hampshire are reporting about 4 to 6 feet of snowfall on the trail. So again, get out there and enjoy it. It's looking good across the Northeast. Stay tuned. Coming up in the next few moments, we'll check out your radar update, and unfortunately, still more heavy rains are likely to plague Texas.
Dear Thompson, speed waste plan coming up soon on the Weather Channel. Now, your local forecast, accurate and dependable from the Weather Channel.
And good morning. We'll check out the weather for your Saturday and the next few days as well. Well, when it rains, it pours. That's what they're saying down in Texas today. We have seen some really heavy soaking rains over a good part of eastern and southern Texas over the past few days. Really hard hit Houston, Texas. Around the metro area, we've had reports of up to 6 inches of rain. Heavy rain still around Victoria, 9 to 10 inches worth of rainfall there. Even heavier rain still around Brownsville, a whopping 13 inches of rain, and still a chance for more soaking rains and showers and thunderstorms through this afternoon. Much of the country, though, really not looking too bad. From the central plains over across the Ohio Valley and the Mid-Atlantic, a good dose of sunshine on tap. From the northwest, though, staying very unsettled. Our system will blast across the Great Basin for today, and behind it some cool, moist, unstable air, so don't be surprised to see more showers. Maybe a few strong thunderstorms too could be flaring up along the coast of Washington and Oregon, with snow though up in the mountains, and snow levels down to about 1,500 feet or so across the Cascades today. Later on though tonight and tomorrow, watch the system pulling across the Rockies, still staying rather moist and unsettled for the northwest, and then we have the showers gradually dissipating and letting up just a tad down there in Texas, and that's certainly some good news after the serious flooding over the past few days. Well, aside from the heavy rains in Texas, another big story has been the record warmth, and it will stay toasty today. Widespread 80s across the southeast, 80s and some 90s though across Nebraska and Kansas. Although for tonight it will stay rather cool throughout the west, much of the east will be seeing some mild conditions and more warm weather on tap for Sunday as well as for Monday. By early next week though, we do start to see some changes taking place. The new system will pull across the west and eventually march eastward out across the plain states. And as it does, temperatures will be back to normal, back to reality by Tuesday and Wednesday as we start to see some cooler 60s and 70s into the picture. Now as far as the precipitation is concerned, you'll still need the rain gear tomorrow, at least for eastern Texas. A lingering threat for some scattered showers or thunderstorms. Our upper level low that spawn most of the rain will finally be ejecting out of the picture, but you may see some heavier rain this go around for places like Arkansas and Louisiana. Here's our system in the west getting better organized. It will be marching eastward, as I was mentioning, eventually invading the upper Midwest, and that could spawn some stronger thunderstorms, especially when you consider that by Tuesday and Monday too, we'll start to see more moisture flowing northward out of the Gulf of Mexico. And this moisture is going to be very, very unstable. Moisture-laden air could fuel some of those thunderstorms, and we may be in for a rough week by Tuesday again, as I was mentioning. Stronger thunderstorms could once again redevelop. By Wednesday, lingering showers up and down the eastern seaboard, a nice break in the action for the Mississippi Valley, but farther out towards the west, some rain and some mountain snow. Now let's check out some conditions a little closer to home. Large part of the country. In fact, yesterday, no less than 50 record highs were tied or broken from New England over across the upper Midwest and likewise across the central Rockies. And it wasn't just slightly warmer than usual, it was way above normal. Look at those temperatures across the upper Midwest, where temperatures were about 30 degrees warmer than usual for the early part of April. And already this morning, we've got some mild readings out there, so temperatures may well be on the way to setting more record highs. So watch out as those record highs will be in jeopardy for today. Chicago, you're sitting at 61 degrees, and highs today are expected to be in the upper 80s, and the record high for the state is 89. So again, we could see more record highs falling by the wayside. Here's your satellite picture, we can put that into motion for you. We have some beautiful conditions on the Saturday morning from the Mid-Atlantic and back over towards the Mississippi Valley. Lots of fair skies here. We watch a system though sweeping across the Pacific Northwest, bringing some cloudy skies, some rain, and some snow. And boy, do I mean snowfall. We've had reports of some hefty snow, particularly up around the Washington Cascades. No less than about 5 feet of snow up around Mount Rainier over the past 3 days, and still a chance for more snowfall today. So watch out, even though it's April out there, we still have winter hanging on top over some parts of the country. Down towards Texas, though, the weather's been pretty nasty there the past few days. We still have this pesky upper level low that's just spinning its wheels right there over northern Mexico, and that system's tapping into moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and it has really helped to fuel some of those showers and thunderstorms. And boy, that rain has been locally heavy over parts of Texas over the past few days. Now, so this morning we're seeing more rain plaguing Texas. Some lighter rain showers up around Saginaw Bay, these stray showers down towards Florida, and some moisture continuing too across the Pacific Northwest. We've got a couple local radar stops to take you on. First of all, heading southward down towards Florida. We'll cluster some showers, a few heavier embedded thunderstorms off the Florida coast, particularly around Vero Beach and southward down towards West Palm Beach. Some more severe showers down towards the Florida Straits here. All this moisture is pulling off towards the north at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Elsewhere though, back into Texas we go, and boy, when it rains, it pours. We have seen quite a bit of rainfall along the Texas shoreline the past few days, and it's still raining this morning. Some showers around Palacios and also around Houston, Texas, Moving more rain southward down towards Harlingen and Brownsville, thunderstorms are rumbling across that region, and we watch all this moisture pulling off towards the northeast at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Well, here's a look now at the current weather map. As I was mentioning, a large swath of the country, though, enjoying some pretty nice conditions for the weekend. Even though we are seeing some fog across the east, the fog will be burning off and giving way to plentiful sunshine later on. More sunshine, too, across the upper plains. And likewise, again, down in Texas, they've had quite a bit of rainfall. It's been really a soggy scenario in Texas, and the flooding has reached some serious proportions, particularly around the Houston metro area. We've had lots of flooding there. And unfortunately, not only has the rain been heavy around Houston, but we've had also torrential rains over most of eastern Texas and all the way down towards the lower Rio Grande Valley. Specifically, Houston has picked up about 6 inches of rainfall, and we've got some heavy rains, too, around Victoria. Reports of 9 to 10 inches worth of rainfall the past few days, but the gold star goes to Brownsville. They've had 13 inches of rainfall, and more serious flooding will continue across this region because the ground is already very saturated, and we're calling for more rain again today. Flash flood watches now have gone up for a good part of eastern and southern Texas, and they will remain in effect through this afternoon. Now, the reason for all this heavy rain is the combination that our jet stream, for the most part, is running way to the north, but we have a cutoff low pressure that's just loitering down there over northern Mexico, and there's nothing to really kick that low out of the region. Now, as it sits there, it is tapping into moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and that's helping to fuel those showers and thunderstorms. Well, how long will this foggy weather last in Texas? We'll take a look now at the forecast, and first of all, the jet stream. The jet stream showing up a zonal flow from the west to the east, and again, the jet stream riding way to the north. Our cutoff low, though, is staying back here around the Big Bend area of Texas. Now, through time, the jet stream really won't be changing a whole lot, and we might see a few slight undulations with the jet stream, but for the most part, with this type of configuration, we'll be seeing some fairly warm temperatures over a large part of the country. Here's today's forecast now, taking you through the afternoon hours, showing more wet weather for Texas, showers and thunderstorms galore, and these thunderstorms will become more prominent later on this afternoon. That's when the atmosphere will start to heat up, and with the effects of daytime heating, it will become quite unstable, and that's your best likelihood of seeing more strong thunderstorms. Across the west, we too might be under the gun today. We have some very cold, moist, unstable air that's just poised off the coast, and as it comes on shore later on today, it too could be triggering some rough weather for Washington and for Oregon. Now, still for Sunday, calling for some unsettled weather for the northwest. The showers will start to let up somewhat in Texas, and that's good news, but we start to see that moisture creeping northward, and eventually working its way across Arkansas and Missouri for tomorrow. The brunt of the rain today, no doubt, will be into Texas, where you might see upwards of 4 inches of additional rainfall. Meanwhile, the snow piling up in the west, the Cascades, the Siskiyous, the northern Sierra Nevada, and the northern Rockies will all pick up more snowfall today. Heavier snow, though, from the Washington Cascades. Chilly from the northwest, but most of the country will be seeing some summer-like warmth, especially in Nebraska and Kansas, with the mercury skyrocketing into the 90s. Tonight, cooling down for the west, fairly mild, though, throughout most of the east, and over the next few days, still staying fairly warm and toasty, although as our front comes a little bit further towards the east, we start to see temperatures cooling down for the upper plains. The showers and thunderstorms gradually letting up in Texas come tomorrow. Our system in the west starting to rev up, and as it charges eastward, watch out. Strong thunderstorms a possibility from Chicago and Fort Wayne, and southward down towards Dallas, Texas by Monday afternoon. For those of you who may be hitting the highways and byways for today, stay tuned. We'll check out your weekend travel forecast coming up next.
Today! Now, your local forecast, accurate and dependable from the Weather Channel.
Morning forecast sponsored by Days Inn. Wake up to us. Well, unfortunately, we still have today to contend with, and that means the threat for more showers and thunderstorms in Texas, but gradually the weather will be improving as we go towards the latter part of the weekend. Today, more threat, though, for some showers and storms, as I was mentioning, and these will become even more prominent later on this afternoon. As the atmosphere starts to heat up, it's going to become increasingly more unstable, and that will increase your risk now of seeing some rough weather in Texas. Towards the northwest, we've had some pretty good rain there, too, for the past few days. More rain is likely, particularly around Curlew and Seattle, and southward down towards Salem and Brookings, Oregon, even back from California. We've already had some rain so far this morning around the Sacramento Valley, and more rain yet to come. Early Sunday, the rain starts to taper off in Texas, and it's certainly some good news. Still unsettled for the northwest, and much of the east is not looking too bad. Fair skies from North Carolina and over towards the Ohio Valley, but that moisture starts to rise northward, and we'll see some showers now blossoming across Arkansas and Missouri by early tomorrow morning. The heavier rains today, well, we could see some generous rains west of the Cascades, from the Washington coastline and down towards the coast there of California, but also a chance for the heaviest rains down there in Texas. They will really see the brunt of the rainfall today, where you could be looking at upwards of 4 inches of additional rainfall. And with that rain coming down already very saturated ground, we'll watch out for more serious flooding throughout eastern and southern Texas today. Snow will piling up across the Cascades and the northern Rockies. That's where temperatures will stay chilly, but for most of the country, temperatures are way above normal for this time of the year, especially warm and toasty in Nebraska and Kansas. A chilly night tonight throughout the west, but throughout most of the east, you can get by with just a light blanket. Overnight lows only dipping into the 50s and the 60s. Well, strong thunderstorms could mar your traveling plans for today. Stay tuned. We'll check out the latest travelers updates after this. Just a moment. And it's Saturday morning, 3 minutes before the top of the hour. You know it's time for Tri-State weather. Here's a look at the almanac. Normal highs and lows for the 6th day of April. March. Just flew, didn't it? I'm at 57 for an average afternoon high, 41 for a morning low. Had a record in 1947 of some 79 degrees, 20 degrees above normal. We'll be racing up to that much high today. Close to it for sure. And in 1982, a record low of 21. We've seen no precipitation so far with sunny skies at Central Park. It is already 67 degrees, 77% relative humidity. Wind out of the west. That's why it's so warm at 9 miles per hour with a steady pressure from 30.07 inches. Plenty of sunshine everywhere. Warm temperatures. It's 59 at Newark, New Jersey already. And the same for Morristown, 57 at Trenton, 56 at the Dallas Kennedy Airport, and I took Long Island, even 53 at White Plains. Geez, I believe it's going to be warm today. It's already starting off warm, huh? Fun partly cloudy conditions for most of the Tri-State area. Clearing conditions in the southern portions of New Jersey. Watch out for the patchy fog. Once this fog burns off there, find plenty of sunshine, and of course, how many times can I say it? The warm temperatures. Here's early tomorrow morning. We'll watch the backdoor cold front crossing over northern and central New York. We don't think it will affect the Tri-State area. May bring in more clouds, but it will not abate the temperatures for sure. To the south of this front, it's still going to be very warm. This Tri-State area is to the south. It'll be drastically cooler, though, across upstate New York, northern Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Even cooler around Boston, Massachusetts. Take a look at the highs today. close to the record, huh? 75 around Edison, Midtown, 75 today, 76 for Clifton, 75 at Washington, 76 for Long Branch. The cool spot, Stanford. Hey, it's not even cool here. It's even high of 70 degrees with a morning low of 60. 56 tomorrow morning at Midtown, about 53 at Brentwood, 49 at Southampton, 53 at Washington, and 51 in Sussex. Look at the extended forecast, partly cloudy conditions today, tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday. Take a look at the temperatures. 79 to 81. Hey, very, very warm. We might even break the record high come Monday and Tuesday. Guess it'll be cooler on Wednesday as the frontal system gets closer. It increases the chance of rain showers during the morning. That's a look at the tri-state weather, the current weather scene, and the forecast. Stay with us. We'll check on the current weather and the forecast for the entire nation with Gene Control.